guys, this is another hi-fi review, and today we are reviewing another phone from UMIIO, the UMIIO Z1. If you haven't been watching my videos, I already reviewed another device from UMIIO. It was the UMIIO X1. If you haven't seen it yet, I'll leave a link down below. For today we are reviewing UMIIO Z1, which is relatively cheaper. I think it was, how much was this? Oh, wow. It was 1,890 pesos. So along the price of the CMX S30, and that was a totally crappy phone. So comparing this, you will see on the review. But before we head on with the review, please hit the subscribe button down below, because a lot of my viewers are not subscribed yet. I think my last check, it was 70 to 80% of my viewers are unsubscribed. So please hit the subscribe button down below, like the video, share, and put a comment down below on what phone I should review next. I've already seen your reviews for Taki, and I will review a Taki phone, but not the one you want, because A9 Plus, the Taki A9 Plus, I think already has a lot of reviews. So I want to review the phone that doesn't have any reviews yet. So that's it. Let's proceed with the review. Okay, here we proceed with slicing up the package that I ordered from Lazada, and as the same with the UMIIO X1, the UMIIO Z1 is neatly packed in a lot of bubble wrap to keep it pretty safe during the package transfer delivery. Anyway, the UMIIO Z1 has a very nice looking box, and here is the specs on the back. So pause the video if you want. Here I slice up the box from the back, from the bottom, if depends on where you're looking from. And as you know from my other videos, I try to keep the box as neatly as I can so that I can resell it, because I always resell these phones, by the way. So maybe I'll leave a link down below, but probably not. And here we have the back of the phone. It kind of looks like glass, but it's not. So I guess you can call it glass stick. And also those cameras are pretty fake. I couldn't open the phone, but you'll soon know why. Here we have the power brick or charging adapter, whatever you call it. The same with the UMIIO X1. You can already hear that the plastic is very cheap, so I wouldn't recommend you using that to charge this phone, because you might burn your house down. Here we have the standard micro USB, which feels better than the adapter. And now I proceed to the next accessory on this box. This is a pair of headphones. Yeah, it's nice to know that there are headphones on this device. Although they feel cheap, at least there are headphones on this device. Most premium devices don't even have headphones and headphone jacks anymore, so they're a nice addition to this phone. And now at the bottom we have the battery, which means this phone has a removable battery. And then we proceed to the jelly case. Nice to know that these cheaper phones have free jelly cases, and they also come with screen protectors. So if you want to protect your phone, you're gonna need that, because these are cheaper phones, so they probably don't come with sapphire and Gorilla Glass. You know, we move on to the phone itself. It has a screen protector, and you can already tell that the screen is not a teardrop display, so that was fake. Although on the box you can already see that it wasn't. So the screen usable is probably 5 to 4 inches, which is not bad for the price, by the way. I gotta point out repeatedly that the price is not that bad. And here we can see that the plastic cover on the back, which kind of looks like glass, and I already called it plastic, looks very nice. And here we remove it. Oh, also the camera has a thin plastic film that covers it to protect it probably from scratches, so you gotta remove that. And also this phone has a expandable storage by micro SD card, and also accepts 2 micro SIM. So here we proceed with putting it on and turning on the battery. I also put on the jelly case. So now we move on with opening the phone itself. But the display is actually good for the price. The back, although shiny, I kind of like that design. By the way, this unit only has 3G support, so you better get Wi-Fi if you're getting this phone. And on the top we have the headphone jack, nothing else. On this right side we have the buttons, and then on the bottom we have the speaker and the micro USB, and nothing on the left side, because you know it's a removable back. And then we proceed with the Antutu benchmark to see how well this phone performs.
2,000 years later.
And it took a long time, and Antutu benchmark failed. for the first test I was doing. But I will not give up. I tried it again after waiting probably 30 minutes. I finally got a score, although I got something weird, 52,631. But at the bottom it says this score is unusual. I think that was what it said. Yeah, is abnormal. You see these UX, I don't know, I forgot what UX means, but it was very high. And the phone was good at image processing, apparently 17,000 compared to the other specs. Here we proceed with the LCD test, and you can already see on the touch test it only has 2 points of touch, so you can only use 2 fingers at a time. So not really good for our heavy gaming that involves touching the screen. You can see here on the specs it has NT6580 MediaTek. And then already shows it has 480p screen, a gig of RAM, 8 gigs of internal storage, and 5 megapixel front camera, and 5 megapixel back. Here we proceed with the gaming test, and here we can already see the settings on the Mobile Legends. You don't have that much. You have HD mode, no high frame rate. Low resolution optimization is there. You can also play on high graphics, but I would not recommend those settings because we only have a gig of RAM on this phone. Also, the viewing angles are actually, they're okay. Just don't go too far because you won't be able to see anything at those angles. Oh, as I was already said, it has a gig of RAM, so some minor lags here and there, but it wouldn't probably hinder you with killing enemies. And now we get on to the camera test, and as I've already said, it has 5 megapixels both on the front and the back, so don't expect a lot of details on there, but it's actually usable for the price. I paid less than 2,000 for this, so it's even cheaper than the Cherry Mobile phones. And you can already see color reproduction is not accurate, but at least usable. Colors are still there. You can probably post this on Instagram. Just don't zoom the pictures because you'll probably see that it's grainy and you already lose some details. And sometimes most of the time it's overexposed on very bright places, so dynamic range is non-existent. As with the video, as with these cheap phones, it does not have OIS. Most Androids don't, so use a gimbal when you're probably gonna take videos. They're actually usable with a gimbal. Okay, testing out the front camera and no gimbal, and so far this camera is not winning any camera awards anytime soon, but at least it is better than the CMX. Especially I'm liking it when during the afternoon. Its colors are actually smoother and better than at noontime, so maybe it's all about the lighting too. Also, it is a bit stable and color accuracy is not the best, but what do you expect from the price? Also, again, I'm impressed with the quality. I would not expect this from this price range. Less than 2,000 lang pala itong phone. Here I'm going to a dark place and going to a lighter place, so okay lang yung focus, so it's good with focus. Now I proceed to the home screen of the phone, and it kind of is kind of going for a Samsung vibe look, and it will be laggy at times because again it only has a gig of RAM, but it's usable enough. Sometimes it will be snappy when you restart it, but I'm not complaining. And here we go with the usual YouTube sound test. As you probably heard, the speakers do not have bass on this phone, so tunog lata siya. And well, you cannot expect anything better for this price range. Again, I paid less than 2,000. And now we proceed with a battery endurance test. So I started timer, I played Mobile Legends, and I will also proceed to watch a lot of videos, by the way, on this phone. It's actually usable, but I had to resort to putting the phone in lower graphic setting. And that 480p screen actually looks nice. After 30 minutes, I was down to 79%, so not bad. And that is the end of the review for the UMIIO Z1. Overall, the UMIIO Z1 is better than the CMX. They're almost at the same price range. I spent 1,996 including the shipping, and I think without the shipping, the Z1 actually costs less than the CMX. So if your budget is 2,000 and below, I would definitely recommend the UMIIO Z1. It's one of the best budget phones so far, although don't expect too much from the camera, but The screen is usable like the other CMX. They have the same resolution, 480p, but it's actually not bad. It's not, I think it's a real IPS LCD. TFT I think was on the CMX because it was definitely on the bluer hues. This one has better color. Yung camera lang is the problem. Although like the CMX, the battery is removable. So I don't know if you like that or not. The accessories, it's good except the charger. It looks very cheap like the first CMX phone. But it has a screen protector included and a case. And cursed that dog barking outside. Sorry about that. Anyway, it's usable, although it only has a gig of RAM and 8 gigs of internal storage. It is expandable, and for a gig of RAM, I was surprised it can actually play Mobile Legends and with minimal lag. Also, based on the Antutu benchmark, I don't know if it's real because I got the weirdest score ever. It says something's odd. If you rewind the video, it scored higher than the other phones that are on the same price range. 50,000 range on Antutu benchmark. So yeah, overall I give this a rating of, for the price by the way, my ratings are based on the price to performance. I give this a high five rating of 3 because for the price you're getting a lot. The performance of the phone, it's not that laggy, and yeah, it's overall usable for online classes. Definitely if you want to play a Mobile Legends, I guess you can use it. I didn't try COD because again, COD you can't download on these phones. I think PUBG Mobile, but don't expect it to perform, and I don't play PUBG, so I just went with Mobile Legends. And by the way, I'm switching to League of Legends Wild Rift because I'm an old League of Legends player all the way back in Season 3. So anyway, that is the review. So let's end the video with the usual high five. By the way, I forgot to do the shoutouts. People have been asking me to do shoutouts before, so if you want a shoutout, I'd gladly do it for free. Leave your name down below if you want a shoutout. Shout out to Jerry Noel. I hope I'm not butchering your name. And si Joshua. He's a great friend, and other one, Jerry Noel, has been a fan, I think, or just a casual subscriber who wants to shout out. So anyway, if you want to support me, I have a GoFundMe at the bottom, so please, if you want to support me, there's a link down below. Or if you just want shout outs, please leave a comment on the video down below. And that is the final ending of the video. Let's present with the end credits.